So we're going to start this lesson by calculating these four things. These are function operations. We're going to add functions, subtract, multiply, and divide. And we'll start with this, f plus g of 2. Well, it shows you here what f of x is and what g of x is. If we want to find f plus g of 2, so that's the same as saying f of 2 plus g of 2. It's just kind of a shorter way of writing f of 2 plus g of 2, f plus g of 2. So what we need to do is find the value of f of 2, find the value of g of 2, and add them together. From this graph, can you find the value of f of 2? If you're asked to find f of 2, it means find for the function f, find its value when x is equal to 2. And the function value means the y value. So you're looking for the y value when x is equal to 2 on that f function. So x is equal to 2 is here, and then go up or down until you get to the function right there. That's the point that we're looking for. What are the coordinates of that point? 2 and negative 2. So the function value is negative 2. It's the y value. So this equals negative 2 plus, and then for g of 2, same thing, find the y value when x is equal to 2 for g, and it's down here. That's where x is equal to 2, and the y value is negative 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, negative 7. Which means f plus g of 2 is negative 9. So we'll do a similar thing with the other questions here. This one is f minus g of negative 1. So that means find f of negative 1 and subtract g of negative 1. So f of negative 1 is here. It's positive 2, right? That's 2 minus g of negative 1. So here's the g function at the bottom, negative 1, so it's right there. Negative 5. So f minus g of negative 1 would be equal to 7. Fg of 0, that means you're going to find f of 0 and multiply it by g of 0. So f of 0 is 0. So actually we know that the answer is 0, right? 0 times something. But just so we have it down here, g of 0 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6. Oops, wrong button. Negative 6, so that's equal to 0. And the last one, f divided by g of 4. So we're going to do f of 4 divided by g of 4. F of 4 is negative 2 divided by g of 4, which is negative 7. So we would just write that as 2 over 7. The two negatives cancel each other out. So if you're just asked to find a function operation for one particular value, it's pretty easy. Just find the function value for the first function and for the second function, and either add, subtract, multiply, or divide depending on what it's asking you. I'm going to give you a worksheet to do where you have to find instead of just f plus g of 2 for these two functions, you're going to find f plus g of x. And if you're trying to find f plus g of x, then what you're going to have to do is choose a bunch of x values. For one like this, choose a bunch of x values, and I would choose the ones like here, 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 and here, because that's kind of where where it switches directions. And then the corresponding ones down here. So what you're going to do to find f plus g of x is you're going to find f of -8 plus g of -8. And that'll give you one value. Then you'll find f of -4 plus g of -4. F of -2 plus g of -2. And keep going, find each of those, plot them, and your answer is going to be a graph if you're asked to find f plus g of x. So you're going to find those and plot them. So if we were going to do f plus g of 2, for example, we already did that. And we found out that it's equal to -9. That means that the point on the new graph is 2, -9. So 2 and -9. So down there will be 1 point on f plus g of x. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time just to try that out, play around with it for a bit.